the soup itself, so savoury and comforting. I know, right? Such an epic way to start the day. You know, morning run is my ritual. I love it. I'm not saying that I'm like some amazing athlete. Totally not. I just do it purely for my own mental health. But when I get home, what I like to do is, well, you know, breakfast for me is maybe not like breakfast for you. I mean, I'm not much of a cereal girl. Anyone with an Asian mum. Oh, so Henry. Hey, Henry. Smiling. Say hi, everyone. Yeah, smiling. Yeah, so Henry loves to see what's going on in the kitchen, so he often sits there while I'm making breakfast. But anyone with an Asian mom, getting back to breakfast, would know the story. I mean, we have like spicy curry for breakfast. We have, you know, khao tom in Thailand, or dok, which is like a rice porridge. Or we have this really spicy, I mean, I love this, is my ultimate, like this really spicy, garlicky mix. You can't have any because it's too spicy for you, with eggs. So yeah, totally not cereal, not a breakfast smoothie. We're not, you know, we haven't turned into a health channel here. We're gonna do our spicy Thai pork mix here. So first of all, I need some stuff out of the fridge. I need my pork and my eggs. And then we're gonna head out and grab some herbs from the garden. Wait here, Henry. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Oh, Henry. Ah. Henry wants breakfast too. Hold on, Henry. Okay, here we go. Breakfast for you. Hold on. Good job. Is that better? That's better. It's not fair if Mummy's having breakfast and you're not. All right, Henry's sorted, okay. All right, now here we go. We got to get the spicy done first. So what I want is a whole bunch of garlic and some chilies, maybe like more chilies for me than you would obviously put in here for breakfast, but you know, I don't mind a bit of heat, as you guys know. And then I just want to pound this to like a really rough paste. And those garlic skins are going to come off, so I'm just going to take those out. Okay, so you're not looking for like some fine dining, you know, beautiful paste here. What we want is actually just bruised chilies, bruised garlic. Try not to get any in your eye as well. Okay, now I'm just going to take some of these chili stems out. And so this is the kind of situation that you're looking for. So like really rough. I like big chunks of the garlic, big chunks of the chili. It's kind of, you know, part of the whole thing for me. So now we're just gonna get this going in some oil in my pan here. Just want a little bit of oil. And then just wait. I mean, this is like, if you are not already awake after a run and multiple coffees, this is really gonna get me going because it is like all the chili fumes, everything just goes poof, like right up there in my grill, gets me really awake. So here we go. Okay, so this is where if you need to like open a window or like chili fumes going on a lot right now. Okay, now to this I'm gonna add some pork in there. You could do like chicken mince as well, and you could also have a baby who I think might be trying to do a poo. Henry, it's breakfast time. It's breakfast time. Hold on a minute. Ah, the joys. Okay, pork in. And I mean, just look at those colors. For me, you know, that red, that smell of the garlic, the pork, everything is like, you know, making my morning so much better. Henry, this is why we don't film with you, honey. Are you trying to steal the show? Look at you. You just wanted some attention, didn't you? Are you a little show pony? All right, so pork is looking pretty good here now. We do need some like salty seasoning. I mean, it wouldn't be you know, a Thai kind of spicy dish without the fish sauce. So we're going to go in with the fish sauce. And then for some extra flavour, also I like to throw in a bit of oyster sauce. Okay, and now here's like the real secret to this. I mean, in Thailand you would use a basil called grapao, Bai grapao, which is like holy basil or hot basil. I've only got Thai basil, which is what I'm growing in the garden, so I'm going to use that. But it has such a beautiful like aniseed, you know, like amazing fragrance, and you want lots of it. It's almost like it's another vegetable in the stir fry. Okay, wow, it's like the second that basil hits the pan, it's like it just becomes a happy dish. All of that beautiful basil fragrance just goes woof, amazing. All right, so this is pretty much done. Now we want to get to the egg part. All right, so let's move that over there. Let's get our pan for the eggs. And so in Thailand, we would typically serve this like in the pan that it's cooked in. It's called kai gata, or gata is like the pan. So we leave it in the pan. Easy. I want a bit more oil in there. I'm doing a 2-egg pan, so I want an egg and then crack that in. Oh wow, look at the 2 different colors on those yolks. Organic eggs, you never know what you're gonna get. And now, because from an Asian, it's like the crispy egg is the ultimate goal. Like I don't want any like flabby edges. I want beautiful, crispy, sort of golden, dark brown edges and a just set yolk. So that's kind of what we're going for here. Okay, so when I can see like that really lovely golden color that I'm talking about, I'm gonna take some of that oil out just because I'm gonna be using the same pan to eat out of, and I don't want too much oil. So just kind of scoop that out. Let's go in with some of our porky mixture. Oh wow, I wish you guys could smell this. It's so good. Okay guys, and that is pretty much it. Like I mean, I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but for me, super spicy, garlicky, like huge flavors in the morning, it's just a thing I love. So let's get in here and eat some of this because I really am very hungry. I want a bit of egg. Oh, look at that creamy yolk. Yum. Pork, chili. Perfect little mouthful. That is, whoa, that is spicy. I can tell you guys, because you know how much I love chili, but this, like, the flavor that you get here with the basil and the chili and the garlic, like, I would have to say this flavor is one of like the ultimate Thai flavors for me. It's the herbs, the you know, the salty fish sauce, the whole thing, the egg, the everything. It's like being back in Thailand again, or back at my mom's breakfast table. And also, like, the thought of eating this while I'm running makes me run a bit faster. Alright, so what I need to do now before like Henry chucks a total like tantrum or whatever is go and get showered, get ready for the day, come back and do some more recipes for you guys, because that's what I do most days. Alright guys, so I have a confession. Well, it's not really a confession, it's more like, well, just a little bit of news, I guess, because a lot of you have been guessing in the comments on my channel that I'm pregnant, and yes, I am. I'm literally like 3 weeks away from bursting or popping or whatever you would call it. So this recipe is one of the recipes that I have been cranking out constantly in the past few weeks because, as you can imagine, I'm still filming videos for you guys, and at the end of the day I am pretty tired. So I need something really quick and really comforting, and also something that my 2-year-old toddler will eat and she loves egg drop soup. I mean, check out how cute she is eating my cauliflower version, which I've done for you guys. So there's the big news, everyone. Yes, I'm super excited. I can't believe that we're nearly there. And to celebrate, let's make a really awesome soup. All right, we're gonna start with the tomato first of all, because I've got a little trick here that I always do with my tomatoes that I think you guys will really love. It gets the best flavor out of them. And I just want some rough chunks here. And then here's the little secret. Season the tomatoes and let them sit for a little while. The salt will kind of penetrate in there, make the tomatoes a little, like all their juices sort of run, and just a couple of minutes, you know, of them sitting in that little sprinkling of salt is gonna make all the difference. And I always do this, whether I'm just having like tomato toast or using some tomatoes for some pasta sauce, just a little extra step will make everything more tomatoey and extra. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the tomatoes to do their thing with the salt, let's get our eggs organized. And then our spring onion as well. So I want to use the pale part of the spring onion here, and I'm going to save the greens for a bit later on. And now let's get everything into the saucepan, because of course we've only got 10 minutes. A little bit of oil in my pan. And then just have a look at these tomatoes before I add them in. So they've been sitting here like a couple of minutes, and you can see they're getting nice and juicy. That salt has really started to absorb into the tomato. Just a little extra step there makes all the difference. Tomatoes in here, along with those juices. And some of that spring onion. And now I just want a little smattering of garlic here. I don't really want a big garlic flavor. I just want like a hint of it in the background to my soup. So just half a clove is good, or a quarter even. And now just let these guys kind of get a little mushy with that heat there. A couple of minutes is all you need. Just waiting for some of that tomato to break down. And so this one is a great one for any of you guys that might be pregnant as well. I don't know about you, but for me, morning sickness has been quite severe, which isn't really great when you film food videos all day. But a really simple flavor like just tomato and egg is something that has been really good for me to stomach. So tell me what you guys have been eating. If you are also expecting, I would love to hear. All right, so you can see a really good layer of like red mush down the bottom there. That's exactly what we want. I'm gonna add in some chicken stock. Just store-bought is fine. We're not being a hero here today. If you've got some homemade in the fridge or freezer, that's great. But let's just cheat a little bit here. Just wait for that to bubble up again. So now I'm going to add in some extra seasoning here, some soy sauce. And then for me, an egg drop soup has that really lovely texture that's kind of luscious and a little thick and, you know, luxurious. And for that, we need some corn flour. I'm just mixed with that with a little bit of water. And just give that a mix, and as that kind of simmers away for a minute or so, things will start to thicken up and get nice and shiny in there. Okay, so now when we've got a kind of a rapid boil going here, we want to add our egg. And the secret to getting that beautiful like web lacy effect on the egg is just to spin around, create a little vortex in the soup, pour that egg into the middle. Oh, I love that little magic that happens when the egg goes in. Just joyful. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of pepper here. And now let's make use of the green part of the spring onion we saved from earlier. I'm going to snip those straight in. And let me just check for seasoning. Oh, I love that flavor. All right, just a little bit more salt for my liking. And that is it. Let's get that out into a bowl. Just look at that ruby red color and that egg such a beautiful little pattern. Ah, the simplest things can bring so much joy. Wow, I mean, 10 minutes and you've got this. It's freaking insane. That tomato flavor brings so much umami and just a little bit of tanginess, and the soup itself so savory and comforting with that creamy egg. Out of this world good, and so good for me because, you know, 10 minutes at the end of the day for a pregnant lady to make dinner is winning in my book. Oh, and I didn't even tell you guys, so boy or girl, what do you think? Why don't you guess down the bottom? If you've been following me on Facebook or Instagram, you might already know, but let's see what you guys think. Yum. I'm gonna need a whole bowl of this. Me and the couch and a bowl of this soup is where I need to be right now.
Hi everyone, your favorite town, your favorite chef. Today we're making the spicy tuna salad. In Thai we call yam tuna. Yam in Thai means salad. This one I used to make when I live in Australia. And you move to another country, you make what ingredient you have. Sometimes don't have original. You still can make Thai food good everywhere. No excuse. This one great lunchtime one. Wait, let me show the way. Now let's cooking. First I have some tuna, I just canned tuna. I got some Asian shallot. The red onion is good too. Just chop. I got a big knife today. Don't mess with noise. Now we're gonna add some Thai flavors. And the fish sauce, a little bit sugar. You need some spicy here. That's right chili powder. You listen to noise. Maybe a little bit more. Now we need some lime juice too. I get a knife, squeeze a little bit because make it juicy. And I squeeze it by hand. Now we need the herb. Fresh herb here make a salad more amazing, just like noise. Spring onion, I cut the root off. And the mint, just handful like this. In. And the coriander. Western tuna salads have too much marinade. Gonna mix it all up. Just look at that. It's so fresh. Try first, check for the flavor. Oh, very good and tasty. So simple, so good. I think a little bit more chili. And mix it up. You'll be so surprised how tasty it is. It's served with a lot of fresh vegetable. You people don't eat enough vegetable. No. And some cucumber. I got a crispy shallot here too. I like to spring it just before you eat. Here the spicy tuna. Just add the wedges lime. There you go. Spicy tuna salad. Yum tuna. Another winner from Noi.
Okay, so I'm going to jump at any chance to have pancakes for dinner. Why not? These ones are really beautifully crispy and savory, and they're so fresh when you've got that beautiful nuoc cham dressing and all the herbs and everything. It's just so good. Anyway, let's get on to the pancake batter itself. Now this is really cool, guys, because it happens to be also gluten-free and dairy-free and egg-free, actually. So if you've got anyone that needs those sorts of things, then this is the recipe for you. So rice flour is what we're using, and now some coconut milk. some water, and then for that sunshine golden yellow color, I want a good dash of turmeric and a pinch of salt. Just give that a whisk. You should be thinking to yourself, wow, this looks too thin. That's when you know you've got it right, because that really thin batter is going to get super crispy in the pan. That's exactly what we want. Now, as with any crepe batter, I always find a little resting time of about 10 to 15 minutes tends to help with the texture of the pancake in the pan. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to make our Vietnamese nuoc cham dressing. Very simple. I just want some fish sauce, some white vinegar, some sugar, some finely chopped red chili, and some garlic. Just give that a whisk. And the one final element we want here is some lime juice. Just squeeze and push down on that just to release all those juices inside. This dressing is truly one of the most magical dressings I think that there is in Southeast Asia. I just love the combination of the tangy and the sour and the sweet and the salty. It's everything. I do always find though that sometimes I need to adjust according to how sour the lime is, or your fish sauce could be saltier than mine, so always give it a taste. What you really want here is a very nice balance of all those different flavors, and then a little hint of that garlic and chili at the end. Now for the bits and pieces that go inside of your pancake, there are endless possibilities here. So some of my favorites are prawns, fresh prawn, cooked prawns, pork, a combination of pork and prawns. I'm just doing a chicken version today. I love this because I can just like pick up a rotisserie chicken or a barbecue chicken from my supermarket on the way home and get this done, which is good. Or leftovers, good for leftovers. So I've got chicken, I've got carrots, some shredded carrots, some bean shoots here, and some coriander. Obviously, if you're one of those coriander adverse people, you can leave that one out. Don't shout about the coriander below. Anyway, let's get down to the cooking part, and I want a pan that's around about 22 centimeters in diameter. I don't want one that's too, well, you could make a giant crispy pancake if you want. The size doesn't really matter, but if you want 3 medium-sized kind of pancakes here, you want a 22 centimeter. A little bit of oil, so you want enough oil to cover the bottom of that pan. We want a particular kind of crispy lattice work pattern happening on the bottom of our pancake, and we need a little bit of oil to do that. The other secret here is that I want this pan and the oil nice and hot. I really want to hear that sizzle the second we start putting the pancake batter in there. Okay, this might take a little bit of practice first go, but you'll get it. Pour some into the center and start swirling that pan vigorously afterwards. Now I'm just going to cover one side of the pancake with all my filling ingredients. So I've got my chicken and my shredded carrot, bean shoots, and some sprigs of coriander. Now the key here is to let this keep sizzling away in that pan until we get a really crispy outside of the pancake, and we start to see some nice color on the pancake as well. Okay, see we've got that beautiful pattern there. We don't quite have the color yet though, so I'm gonna let it keep going. Okay, the color is looking good. You can hear that sizzling happening. I wanna fold that pancake over. And then because I'm doing about 3 here, I'm just gonna pop this one on a tray. So when it's time to serve up, I just like to pop one of these onto a plate, or you can put them all out on a platter, up to you. And then you want a little sprinkling of spring onion on top. And then the best thing is to serve it with some lettuce leaves and some mint leaves as well. So let me show you how it goes. Now you want to cut a piece of that pancake off. Listen to how crispy that is. And then take a lettuce leaf, drizzle over some of that sauce, plenty of the dressing, yum. A few mint leaves. And then you wrap everything up to a neat little bundle, fairly neat anyway, and then dig in. The combination here, guys, is so magical. You've got the crunchy turmeric flavor of the pancake, and then those crunchy vegetables, that beautiful dressing, which is sweet and tangy and all the things, and then everything combined with the fresh herbs. I'll tell you what, you just can't stop eating it.